Good morning, everybody. My name is Tony Smith and welcome to my allotment. Today it's 7 o'clock in the morning. It is a gorgeous September the 1st morning there. What I want to do is just take you around and actually give you a little tour of the allotment. We haven't done a tour for such a long time, to be honest. So it's like an in-between stage, you know, from that kind of July glut. We're moving on a little bit closer there to the winter months there. So I thought I'd just show you around what's happening. So I think, as usual with these tours, we'll start by coming in the gate and showing you what's going on. Right then. Potatoes have been an absolute success for me this year. I've not had to worry about them. That's the thing. When I had the potatoes over on this corner on a path, which were great because they were out of the way, you know, they didn't take up a bed, I was constantly having to think, right, get up there and water. Where they're not. They're just in this little spot here and they kind of look after themselves. Yeah, I'm watering them, but nowhere near what I have been or used to be. And the tubs have worked brilliantly. What I'm going to do is cut some bigger holes in the tubs and get the roots even further in. But from that first initial crop, what I've had this year, just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Right, we'll go over. Look at this, I'll just show you this. We have had some rain. I mean, that's just, I wasn't that long ago when I was doing the potato reveal, you know, when I was on about Tony's site. That's how much rain we've had. It's absolutely poured down. Saved us watering my young plants, but you know, it's this is the big nasty bed. And as you can see, it's a little bit crowded there. I'm getting some beans, some ballotti beans at the back there. You can start to see the leeks are starting to come through, but it's looking a bit crowded, but I'm not bothered, to be honest. I just wanted to fill it up with veg because it was a late bed getting made. And I've got carrots at the front, 2 rows of carrots. And I'm not going to thin them carrots. Just they're quite thin anyways, to be honest. But I'll just see if I can show you. There's the one I can just... So that's what we've got now at the moment. So it won't be long really before we're kind of in the picking stage of that. So there you go. Now these, I forget what they got. My mum got us these plants a couple of years ago, and this is a self-seeding one. And I thought it was a weed, and I've been pulling them up as they go. Come on, someone tell us in the comments what that plant is. I'm sure my mum got that one. As you can see then, there's a lot of nets on the bed, but we'll get to them in a second or two. First off, this is the bed that I've got some, these are ruby red chard, which seems to be all right. I give a little weed, but they still come through the weeds. So the half the bed is ruby chard. Then I've got some, I think it's called red chicory in that as well. Just I wanted the beds now to be kind of mixtures, so if one crop, I'll just turn you around there, if one crop failed, I'd have that same crop somewhere else just to make sure everything was all right. Even if it's just like sometimes you just wanted to have one, you know what I mean? Sometimes like your successes and your failures are like one vegetable either way. So they seem to be, everything seems to be okay there. I'm quite happy. I had a netting on that bed and I took it off. So we're looking good there. So this is the first of the kind of covered over brassicas. I've got some Durham early cabbages. Now I planted these probably about 2 weeks ago. Didn't sow them 2 weeks, planted them out. I sowed them, I forget. I don't even know if I got dates on them. And they look like everything has took, because when I did put them in, we were right in the midst of like a red hot couple of days, and the earth was dry, it was baked a little bit, but I was on there watering all the time. And when I've had a good look around, they all look, you know, good. So I'm chuffed again. We've got some sprouting broccoli, and I'm sure I might have put some calabrese in this one. As you know, this year the calabrese with me has been a little bit, well, I haven't had one, and I've put in probably about at least 10 plants, and I probably sowed about 50. I still haven't had one, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the calabrese. I think these are calabrese there, and you can tell this is the kale. And as you know, kale with us is, you know, the Cavalry Nero is a great crop. So this is the bed that had the calabrese in, and I just got fed up with it, you know what I mean? It was just running to seed all the time. Now we've got two different varieties, and I don't know what they are, mind you. They're just bought in. I'm sure they were bought in, or one set was bought in of the sprouting broccoli. And I've also got 5 kohlrabi in there, which was given to us by Mark. They're getting a little bit slug damage, so hopefully, because that's all I've really got, maybe one more pottering around. But it looks like these sprouting broccolis are away, and I've saved them, you know what I mean, because there was a couple of them were running as well. It's just been, it has been a difficult season, to be honest. There's no getting away. And when we're going to the polytunnel, you know, I think well, for everywhere in the UK, the amount of green tomatoes we're going to be having is just, you know what I mean? So again, I've got best of all Swede in there, and what else have I've got the celeriac in there as well. And I don't know if you've watched the channel where I've now went on the clips like that. They're in the description, in the links below. Clips, and netting. And it's just, and the blue pipe as well. You get the blue pipe. It's all on Amazon, but just fast as anything to get it down. You know, you can get a bed like this done in 5 minutes. Where beginning of this year, I did a bed there, as you know, and it took us for bloody ever. Do you know what I mean? And it was like an hour, and you're fed up with like garden by then, you know, because you're fighting with it. So again, more. Now these are Brussels sprouts, and I'm not sure if they're going to come or not. I bought them late, actually. Again, bought them, but they seem all right. Now these all year round cauliflowers look a little bit anemic and limp, but I know I've got them somewhere else, so I'm not going to worry about them. But that's a little bit disappointing, that one down there. Even that one. Mind, I looked at the temperature today, it's 7 degrees. Now I'm on the coast, you know what I mean? So we're kind of normally a little bit warmer than folks. So folks, you know, inland here are going to be pretty cool when they wake up this morning. Again, April cabbage this time, and all year round, and some more sprouting broccoli. That's my own grown from seed sprouting broccoli there. Now that bed looks lovely, to be honest. I'm happy there. He has me. This is the radish bed, man. I don't know if you've seen photographs I put on Instagram. I'm on Instagram if you want to follow us there as well. I passed the radish level 1 course in junior gardening, level 1. So I grew some radishes, and it worked. You know, I've always struggled with them, but you know, I could pick some more there. And there, look at this one. I'll just pull that out. Man, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I put that down the side. I don't know why this year it's happened, because honestly, I've tried and nothing works. But so I've got, I forget the actual one they're called there, but I've got those red meat radish. Now they're a lot longer, a lot bigger, but they take a lot longer to grow. They were sent over from Audrey, from Baker Creek. Now I've got them in the right time. I've just got to sit and wait for them ones. Right, I've got a little bit there of beetroots, just a few more. That's probably my final bit of beetroot for the season there. And I don't think I even put a date on it, but I've got some beetroot and we'll get down to it, over in that bed. And it's just starting to come, but this beetroot now is just to see if we can get some. Have you noticed as well, got some string going up on me netting, and I've got one going down there. The winds have been tremendous, and I never realised this is just like a sail, and I'm using the kind of plastic metal, you know, plastic coated metal, and they're great, but they're just, because of the weak point at the next to the bed, they're just leaned over. So a temporary permanent bit of string there. I've walked into that one so many times. So this is my experiment that I did a video on. It's 3 sisters, and it seems to be, excuse me, two of the sisters have worked great, but the pumpkins, they just don't seem to have like done anything, you know what I mean? And I've give this some water, mind you, you know what I mean? It's just, but you can see, look, we'll just go through, can you see? So I'm getting them bullhide, bullhilda, whatever, beans, and the sweet corn is just now kind of coming into its own, so there's some pickings there, so I'm going to do a video on that. So yes, that's all good. This is a bit of a mixture of a bed. I'm using it sometimes just to pop in spares, as you can see, just of different things I've planted out, and it's getting a little bit ravaged by the snails and that. But the turnips, yes, turnips, not bloody sweet, man. I've been some great ones. We've had some great ones there, and I've made some gorgeous turnip mash, sweet mash, should I say. Just absolutely lovely, you know, lots of butter, cream, lots of black pepper and salt. They've loved it. Families loved it. So let's get round there then. What else we got? Have I showed you this one? I'm not sure. I have or not. More sprouting broccoli, Durham early, in April cabbage there, and a good bed of Cavalry Nero. And now if you watched when we put this in, my son, myself planted these in, and straight away we netted them up with a nice big high net and just stopped any of the hassle, you know what I mean? That's what I've done all this for now, is to stop any of the hassle of the birds coming and tender young leaves, because they just would have been wrecked. And like I say, it's surprising how much. It looks a lot there, but you know, you can eat a lot. And we've got some down there which is almost kind of, you know, we've tucked into that first. But although we've got all this, it's sharp goes, you know, a couple of days a week eating that. So that's Cavalry Nero, and I think that and sprouting broccoli, one of our favourite veggies, and chard, don't get the chard. Right, now this is my raspberries. Now I had 6 in and only 3 came, but you can see new ones are coming up there now, so they're moving along, you know. So hopefully, and a few folks have mentioned that I've never grown fruit, to be honest, before. So look, we're just getting our first pickings of raspberries coming there now. So there'll not be many this year, but you know, I'm hoping for next year. But yes, it's all now. I'm told to cut all this down once the season's gone. This is the one. It's like an autumn fruiting variety, and cut it all right back. So that's what the intention is. Right, honestly, man, what a gorgeous morning it is. Do you know what I mean? And it's funny because over here in the UK, I'm not saying lockdown's easing, but we're all kind of going back to work. Well, it is easing. What am I saying? But it's empty there now these days. When I was first coming up, you know, everyone was here, and it was hard to do a video, but you know, you're kind of a bit shy, you know. Some people are a bit shy. So yeah, well, that's why we're going there now. But now it's nice and quiet. I can just be myself again. So the beetroot looks a little bit. This is the Shigua, is it? Shigua one. I don't think I've got anything coming there yet, but it's getting like, and it's just a little snails. Look at that leaf, man. That's almost a work of art. I'm not going to bother about it, to be honest. We are having now, this is the second batch of the beetroot, and you know, we are having, like, it's all coming. You can just see, can you see there? It's a nice size at the moment, but it's just, it's hard to eat it all. Right, I've got some in here. I've got some red cabbage and some rocket that's gone to seed, and I'll be pulling it out soon. I was thinking about keeping one, but I'm not. I think this is all gonna come out there soon. So yes, and this red cabbage, mind you, it was pecked to bits by the birds. So if you've had something that's pecked to bits, get it protected, and like you say, it's just come straight away. And I'll be trying to do lots with this red cabbage as well, like in the preserving state. I did have some what, oh, I forget what they're called, advantage cabbages over there, and the last 4 I've made into sauerkraut, and I've got about 4 days left before the first batch is ready, so I'm looking forward to that. So this, just turn you around there again, got you all over the place, is the first lot of the Cavalry Nero I planted. Like I say, it took us ages to kind of net it, but I'm so glad I did, because we're having still lots of pickings. But I should have staked it, to be honest. I haven't got the stakes, to be honest. You know what I mean? But it's just starting to, there's still bags on, you know what I mean? But it's coming to its time where it's had its time, you know. These are kind of secondary shoots, and we'll see. But I'm still, you know, obviously the leaves there are still good. Just a lot of butter. Now these are the Filderkraut cabbages that Lizora recommended, or said she was planting, so I thought, oh, I'll grab some seeds. And to be honest, I think at the beginning, you know, when you cut the bottom leaves off just for tidiness, I think I went a little bit daft, but hey man, they're a big old cabbage there, you know what I mean? So I'm interested to see what comes of them. You know, Liz said they're lovely, so I'm looking forward to that. I've only got 3, I think, but there's enough there for the amount of the amount of brassicas I've got on this plot at the moment. So as you can see, right, I've got some gushgogs there, which have, you know, well, I had a few off them, but I'm waiting for next year, you know what I mean? So Cosmo flower, that's kind of gone to seed, needs to get composted down. This bed, it's a difficult bed to manage for some reason. It's like, I don't know if you'd seen one of me stories on YouTube. These are the little click videos, please watch them. But I came with like a flame gun, and again, I'm sometimes battling with the snails on this bed. And, you know, you can, it does look lovely, but it's just frustrating. So these are some Savoy cabbages that I got off mark, put them in there, and I don't know what, they're not looking the best, I'll be honest, but we'll see if they come. Do you know what I mean? It'd be great compost. It would have been great for like beasts and animals that are fodder for them. Now this is one of me pumpkins, and it's got the pumpkin, so I've achieved the goal, but it's looking a bit kind of lost and bedraggled there now. So, and it's lovely and damp still, but all this energy's been going into the pumpkin. Now I was late planting. These are my white, is it white? I forget what they're called. White gem. I planted them on the 13th of May. The parsnips. So, and I've had a little root around, and they're there. You know what I mean? They're not that big at the moment, but hopefully I'll get a nice crop from that. They were planted about 6-7 inches. I thinned them out, so they're about, centimetres, so they're about that much gap between them, and I'm thinking there's 3 rows if I remember rightly. So hopefully we'll get something there. Oh, you can see, look, potatoes coming through. These are my winter ones. I've just got 2 pots, but hopefully, and I'll be able to bring them inside, you know, once the kind of the cool, well, actually the pretty cool's here now, but I'll hopefully be able to bring them inside and get something from them. But I'll still be eating all them bloody things up there. Right, the beans have been really good. Out of the 3, I had a yellow variety called Yellow. That's by Amelia. I got people sent these in because I missed shopping and getting them when lockdown was on. Some Hilton and some Tender Green. Out of the 3, the Hilton's the one what's just, it's nice, you know what I mean? It's all uniform. I just cut the ends off, and I take it, actually I've been taking these to work and just having them steamed at work, and you get such a good, you know, can I just show you? I think there's about 8 plants in each one. We've had some crops off there, mind you. Speaking of crops, we can't keep up with the amount of these blue hide, bull hide. Howie, someone tell us how to pronounce it properly, man. Break it down. Even send us an email with it, kind of with an MP3 playing of it. But the amount of, gee, I've got there's about four bags in the kitchen, in the fridge. And I'm not into blanching all this stuff, you know what I mean, and doing that, but because we normally kind of eat as much as we can, but them have been, they've just ran away with themselves. It's just, you know what I mean. I'll keep some seeds, possibly, if I can. We've had some great crops off these, and again, you know, steamed with a little bit of butter. I like me butter. Chunky likes his butter. What else have we got? Oh, these are more, I forgot to take them, you know, when I did that video about the tomatoes. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. When we're going to polytunnel, there's a lot of, I'm hesitant which way to go now. I'll tell you what, I'll talk about them in a second. So the last bed is some more chicory. And this is what I planted up, and this was, is it big red? Yeah, big red. So they'll go into like a ball of like a nice red crisp, bit of a bitter taste there, but it's great, like sprinkled in with salad. Now I think you can actually cook chicory, or like cut it in half and fry it in a frying pan. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, let us know. I seem to have lost one's missing from there, but final bed I cleared out. It was getting smothered by flowers and plants. These are me celery, and I've got some at the back as well, some pink celery, Chinese pink celery. So hopefully they'll look fine, to be honest. You know, yeah, that's a little one there, but even this one is coming, you know, it's got some nice stems on it there. So yeah, fine, good, happy with that. So like I mentioned, when we go in the polytunnel, I've never cooked, I'm going to say it, I've never cooked green fried tomato. Now, the title of that says green fried, that's it. Slice it, fry it. Is that all you do? Is it, or do you have to do something else first? Because as you've seen around here, when at odd times I've tried like a tomato to see if it's ripe, I don't like them. So what makes them different when you're the green fried? If you do green fried tomatoes, let us know, because I think I'm going to have quite a few, to be honest, this year. I'm keeping these tomatoes. These are me, the ones that are the grafted, the Bellotti. No, that's not Bellotti. Anyway, I forget what they're called there now, but they've been absolutely tremendous. And we love, like say, when they go ripe, like for a breakfast, slice them, big thick slice, lots of salt on there, olive oil, some basil with some like fried eggs. Maybe this time we'll do some fried green ones, but absolutely lovely. We have, actually we'll start at this side. These are the Prince Borghese tomatoes that have been, when they started off, I couldn't work out if they were going, there was lots of flowers, lots and lots of flowers, and I couldn't work out if they were going to be any good, but the crops that you've had from it, but they're just, I don't know, it's just like the hard work, it just smothers everything. And there's 2 plants in here, they've had 2 cut backs, they were going up their back, they were going right up there, you know what I mean, up their thing there, they were just, but the tomatoes you get off them are just absolutely lovely little cherry tomatoes, can you see? You know, so they've been grand. Now this looks like a sungould tomato, but it's not. Now I think this was that one when I planted, was I got from a Portugal market. So I'm not sure what it's called, but again, look at that, man. It's just, some tomatoes have been fine, you know what I mean? Not I'm saying that I haven't had, but some tomatoes just crop like, that's a better tomato than the sungould. Because I'm going to say something, revelation here about the sungould, or what I'm not going to plant them next year, sungould. They're my sungould ones. And this is this one that is like a kind of hybrid version. And I don't know if I've got any seeds left of this as well. But the sungould, I just split too much for me. There's more frustration than anything there, can you just see? And the more, to be honest, can you see, the more I'm using them more as just like snacks when I'm in the polytunnel. Do you know what I mean? I'm eating them just as like a little snack. And it's frustrating when they keep, because you take them home and no one eats them. No one eats them when it's a split tomato. The kids don't. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, that's the thing. So I'm not going for sungould. What I am going for though is, we all love these, Brad's Atomic Grape. So now I'm told I could save the seeds, but that might be a bit too, I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm not that kind of dedicated gardener, do you know what I mean? So I might just get some from Baker Creek the next time. These were like heirloom, that Baker Creek heirloom seeds. But they started off as a weedy plant. But again, look at the crop you get, man. Do you know what I mean? This is just, that's 2 vines there. We've had for the 2 plants, but I think I'm going to do quite a few of the Brad's Atomic Grape next time, you know. So yes, I'm kind of wobbling all over. I'm jumping from, well, we'll do tomatoes anyways. And tomatoes, I was wrong with shirleys. We have been getting, look, as you can see, I'm bloody, they're just getting out of hand. The shirleys were planted really late, 19th of April when I sowed them, and it was a little bet to see if they would work, and they did. We've got red tomatoes on them, so no matter how late, you know what I mean, when the season kicks off, I planted them on 19th of April, you know. God, that's a bit, oh dear me, yeah, that's a bit, I don't think that one will get used. Tomatoes. These have been tomato. Professional tour guide here. There's a tomato. These are the cucumbers Fem Spot, and I'm not going to grow Fem Spot next year. I'm going to grow something else. But the revelation, the absolute revelation of watching that video where they cut off the little suckers, it's just works so much. And again, I've strung these up. Normally my cucumbers are all over the bloody floor. What a mess. And you get 1 or 2 and they never seem to, like, the amount, they never seem to kind of work, but the amount we've had of these few plants has been staggering and under control. That's the thing, under control. Peppers. Right, we've got the Espana peppers there. Now, I've been picking loads, but I'm not getting any red ones. Do you know what I mean? I've given up trying for red ones, so we've had lots of them, and they kind of come to the end, not come to the end. If we just had some more sun, I would have had like a whole load, because they're a great crop of these. So I might put a couple more bushes in next year, but, you know what I mean, not that... not loads, to be honest. I just struggle get with the sunlight sometimes, you know what I mean? And I'd rather probably have a few more grapes, you know, grapes, Brad's Atomic grapes in. So yeah, now I've got a couple of the hot silly peppers, and they've come and I've got a nice crop on them, and I'll try and make probably one like really red hot sauce, and you can see down there they're going red. I wouldn't touch them. You know, you'd eat them like raw, but they, oops, I'm kicking over buckets. They are like silly hot, silly hot. I planted a little bit of mustard seed salad in there just to kind of cut it every now and again, and it's ready for a picking. So aubergines have been tremendous. These are again grafted ones, and yeah, it's cheating, but I've actually dug up the ones I planted. I didn't have a fruit on them, do you know what I mean? So I've got carrots in there now, but I did have some plants, and they came great in there. You know, I incubated, you know, I incubated and propagator and everything like that, and they were just the same size. But then not a fruit, where next door we've had fruits upon fruits upon fruits, and we've had every one of them, do you know what I mean? Every one of them. So yes, I'm going for grafted aubergines next year. Been lovely. There's a little update on the carrots, but I'll come back to them when I do an update with Steve over there. So my salads, I planted salad the other day, and lots of different salads. I'm going big into salads over the winter months, just to see if we can get some veg. I've got some Chinese cabbage there, and I planted them, and they all look like they've took, so that's all right. And I've got some little dwarf beans over here as well, just to see if we can get, you know, in this last month or two, maybe get a couple more. I'm probably still eating the ones that I've got, but now that's a grafted. Actually, that's a grafted one I just popped in the ground as well, and I've never really taken care of that one. I've had a couple of good fruits off it, but nothing like the ones where I've strung up and I've thinned out the plants, you know what I mean? And they're still going strong, but I'm guessing now that the temperature's starting to dip a little bit, so that's why we're doing all this. So if you haven't started, you know, time now to do it. Get your lettuces in, and look, as you can see my lettuce box here, this is ready now for a kind of nice crop of salad there. I'm going to just cut that and we'll take it down, and there'll be also, this is a spicy salad. These are my salad trays that actually I've planted all down there and picked out. I haven't picked that one out yet, or this one, the Windsor Density. That pen didn't work as well, you know, the freckles, and the oak leaf Nirvana. Yes, must be a strange little thing, because it's took its time to germinate. So I've got a few little oak leaf ones there. I've got some bok choy there. That's me one kohlrabi that I mentioned that I had, you know, from a sown. Some different types of spinach seem to be okay there. I don't know what this is. This a cabbage or something? I don't know what that is. Get it out, I don't want it. If it's a bloody cabbage, I've had enough cabbages. These are just spares chicory. If you remember, I planted some chicory in that cement box, you know, the cement compost, and it didn't work at all. So I got some more chicory, and then some chicory grew, and then I'm inundated with chicory. So, well, I've got more chicory here, and I've got some spring onions that actually need to get potted out. I might just put them in the tunnel here, and more chicory there. And this was, can you see, a little volunteer tomato, which I think was a gardener's delight. Ooh. So I've just let that come for a few late tomatoes. Chili pepper over there that I bought late, and it's working, but I'm not sure they're going to get. It's just been a bugger this year for becoming ripe, you know what I mean? It just hasn't worked. The weather hasn't worked for being ripe on the, you know, like the tomatoes. I'm getting a few tomatoes, but the things that really need a good bit of sunshine, the peppers, like you say, the chilies, it's been a little bit poor. Up there's me. I'm supposed to take these home, you know, and I still haven't bloody done it. I've got the boxes in the car there now, so there we go. And these, I failed last year on that, but look at that, man, for a shallot, banana shallot. I'll take them down today just to show the family I did that. So yes, that is a little September tour. I hope it's given you some inspiration to get a garden. If you haven't gotten a garden, well, you know, try and do it. Try and get a garden. But for now, I'll see you. Take good care.